Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Justin Moore, founder of Creator Wizard, where I teach you how to find and negotiate your dream sponsorships. Today, we're talking about Q4 holiday pitching strategies. So are you a creator who wants to land those sweet, lucrative holiday ad dollars? As you know, a lot of brands backload their marketing budgets and spend 50, sometimes even more percent of their marketing budget during the holiday season, especially if it's a consumer brand. So today we're going to be talking about how you can just reach out, grab some of those dollars for yourself. We are going live across a bunch of different platforms: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, you name it, we're there. Let me pull up the Instagram chat because it's a different, I got to see it on my phone. Let's see who we got in there. We got Sweet South, Programmer Jokes. Good to see you all in here as well. And we got Parker's on the go. What's going on? We've got Tess, Monica, Cup of Tea, NR, Candy tuning in on TikTok. Good to see you here. We've got Architectural Sheet Metal 101. TGIF, absolutely. All right, so as you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about Q4 holiday pitching strategies to get the juices flowing, but my time is your time here on these live streams. Any questions you have around sponsorships, brand deals, negotiations, you name it, creator diversification, etc., please make sure to drop it in the chat, and I'll be answering those questions in a little bit. All right, so let's dig it into it, y'all. Okay, so when it comes to Q4 and holiday campaigns in general, it's really important to realize that as brands get larger, the further in advance they actually plan their influencer marketing campaigns. And so if you are reaching out for a holiday campaign right now, don't be surprised and don't get frustrated if they say, you know what, we actually don't have any more budget for paid partnerships at this time. And you might be thinking, what the heck? Like it's mid-September. Like, how is it possible that they don't have money anymore for holiday campaigns? Well, because again, the larger a brand gets, the further in advance they actually plan these types of campaigns. And so, for example, had you reached out pitching a New Year, New You campaign, well, that may have gotten a different response. Right. And you would hope that they would actually tell you that, like, hey, we actually don't have a budget for the holidays, but we might for 2024. But that's not always the case. And so even if they turn you down, do not take no for an answer. OK, you have to keep digging and asking questions to discern essentially what their marketing plan looks like for next year. And this goes to a really common thing that I talk about a lot, which is you can't just be a creator. You have to be a consultant. You have to be willing to take one step further, double click on whatever they say and actually ask more probing questions, because number one, most creators are not doing that. Most creators are being like, okay, thanks. Like, please keep me in mind for future opportunities, right? And if you're the one who's saying like, oh, actually, tell me why is that? Like, tell me why are you doing that way? Or tell me, have you seen success doing it that way in the past? Are you going to be doing it again this year? Asking those questions really engenders a really nice positive feeling that you actually are invested in the outcome for a potential partnership with a brand. So again, do not get frustrated. Do not get annoyed. Just understand that this is how it goes sometimes. And the larger a brand, the further in advance they plan these types of things. Andrew Kahn in the chat, what's going on, Andrew, said most brands that are larger start planning the holidays in July. There we go. Another data point here. Surface level questions tend to get surface level results. That's 100% true. And I think that this is like I think Andrew, can testify firsthand here. He's got some experience here that this is often times what happens. Even July, he says he's had some opportunities. I will say my wife and I can't disclose it quite yet. It's actually not just my wife and I, but also my boys. We were part of a campaign for the holidays that we shot 2 months ago or 6 weeks ago, maybe. And so we actually, as part of it, we had to actually go into our storage and get out holiday decor to like put it in the background because this footage is going to be used actually on broadcast TV. So exciting, but like this should give you a sense of like how far in advance some of this stuff sometimes happens. So not not making this up. All right. So we've got Shawnee Bear tuning in. We've got Bianca Nicole. Good to see you. We've got Mocktail Mom. What's going on, Deb? We've got Dad Verb. We've got Bianca. What's going on, Bianca? We've got Rhea. We've got Thousand Faces Dow tuning in on Instagram. Phobic Dr. MZ. Good to see you here as well. Crystal and Chris turning in on TikTok. All right. So Q4 holiday pitching strategies. So another really crucial thing to realize about pitching brands right now is that, and this has been true, I think, for the last 12, 18 months for sure. But this is not business as usual right now. Brands and agencies are being very mindful about the global economic climate, right? And they're taking a good long look at their advertising spend overall. And so this doesn't mean that they're going to completely eliminate influencer marketing budgets, but it does mean that your pitches need to be very compelling, right? And an absolute slam dunk for them to convince their superiors, either their boss or it's their client, to pay you, right? It's not good enough to say, hey, I love your brand. I'd love to collaborate. No, you say, hey, based on the research that I did on your budgeting app, it seems like you're targeting Gen Z. Right. And one of the biggest things that I've learned interacting with my audience over the last 6 months is that finding a steady, well-paying job in this economic climate after they graduate high school or college is absolutely top of mind. I would love to help tell your brand story about how you can help support them along that journey. Very different pitch, very different thing to come with them and say instead of, hey, I would love to collaborate with you. Again, one thing I talk about a lot, especially if you're targeting smaller and medium-sized brands, is that you have to understand what is working for them right now in their current marketing strategies. When you're a smaller and a medium-sized brand, for the most part, you're allocating probably a very large part of your marketing budget to very, very low funnel conversion type tactics like Google ads, pay-per-click ads, Meta ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, especially let's say you're a brick and mortar business. You're going to be driving ads to people who live, plus a 15-mile radius around your location. And they know with relative certainty that if they put $1 into that Meta black box that they're going to get $2 or $3 out of that. They don't have that same level of certainty when they work with you. And so your job is to help them understand that, okay, here's all the value propositions that, all the value that I can provide you, so that you can understand the parallel. Maybe something that you say is I can actually help you make more compelling ads that will get you a more efficient ad spend. You're not saying, oh, it's cheaper to work with me. That's not the pitch you're making. But no, I can actually be an advertising strategist for you because I've done this a bunch. I've made ads for people. Yeah, we could definitely amplify this content on my platforms. But you know what, brand, I actually think it's more interesting for me to actually generate some content for you. And so now they're thinking, oh, okay, I get why we have to pay Justin $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, something like that, because it's going to help us make, have a more efficient ad spend. So again, just get in their brain, get in their world, try to empathize with them and understand what's going on for them. Eat Like a Bear says, I've got a lot of open space in my Q4 emails. I get 50,000 opens. My list is 120K in a targeted demo, older woman out in the heartland, just putting it out there. That's incredible. So if I were you, let's do a little mini case study for you. And can you remind me of your name again? I know I saw you on LinkedIn. I think you were mentioning this. Remind me of your name, Eat Like a Bear, if you could. First of all, the first thing I would be trying to understand is if you are on other newsletters that cater to a similar demographic that's in your audience, I would be making a list of all of the brands and advertisers that I'm seeing in those newsletters. Because one of the simplest ways to get these Q4 and these holiday campaigns, not just Q4 and holiday, honestly, any time of the year, but one of the simplest ways to do it is just see this targeted, see what other brands are targeting the same tactic. right? It's so much easier to convince a brand that's already sponsoring newsletters and already sees the value in sponsoring newsletters to convince them to sponsor your newsletter. It's a very simple pitch. Hey, I saw that you were partnering with this other, newsletter that I really respect. My audience is very similar to that. Let's talk. It's a very, very simple pitch, because remember, when that contact goes to their boss, or if it's an agency, when they go to their client, they don't have to, it's not, hey, we got in some incremental ad spend for Q4. Let's throw it over to Eat Like a Bear, because it seems like it's, this is just another extension of our current program that we're running. What a lot of creators do erroneously, and they make the mistake of doing this, where they reach out and be like, hey, I saw that you're working with YouTubers who are in the food category and trying to target older women in the heartland. You should work with my newsletter. Right. And if that is not a marketing tactic that they have attempted before, it's going to be a harder bar. Not impossible by any means, but it's going to be a harder thing to convince them to do. And so this is always my advice, is like, start with the lowest hanging fruit. Start with what they're already doing, what they seems like they're already, finding a success doing, and just try to emulate that. So like that is absolutely. Oh, Amanda, awesome, Amanda. Thanks for the heads up. Is this helpful, Amanda? Because this is really where, this is one of the ways in which I actually generated some of my first newsletter sponsorships. Is I, subscribed to a bunch of creator economy newsletters, and I saw what creator economy companies, startups, venture-backed, companies were sponsoring those newsletters, and I reach out. Hey, would you love to sponsor my newsletter? That's how a lot of this type of stuff starts. So, definitely recommend giving that a shot. We've got She Fires tuning in. We've got Hanadi from the KMH family. Good to see you here. We've got Delilah. Good to see you here. And see you in a few weeks at Vid Summit. Yeah, let me know in the chat which of you are going to Vid Summit. Can't wait to see you all. Really looking forward to that. It's my first year speaking. I'm very excited about that. I just had a session with my speech coach this week, kind of fine tuning all of the my presentation basically. I just to give you a little behind the scenes here, like I got rejected from speaking at Vid Summit in the past, and I persisted. I continued to persist, and I continued to try and get on their radar, Daryl's radar, etc. And I just continued to put in the work, and I think it's just like a really good reminder that you just cannot take no for an answer. I say this a lot. It's not no, it's just not yet. And it wasn't my time in those previous years. But this year is my time, I guess. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a blast. We've got the Warden fam tuning in on TikTok. Joanna, Somatic Skating, Light Within 333, Primary Focus on Instagram. Katricia Rose, good to see you. We've got, we've got Lynn Sire, what's going on? Bryce Root, what's going on, man? We've got Glow Spiritual Healing. Mocktail Mom says, landed a deal for next Friday, all because of you. Can you give me a little bit more, like what actually happened? I want to hear more about that. That's so dope. I love hearing success stories. That just absolutely makes my day. So congratulations, Deb. That's so cool. So if you ever get a deal, you land a deal, I played some small role in that, please let me know, because I always love hearing that. Holy cow, we just got a $19.99 super chat from Paul from the Green Industry Podcast. He said, thank you so much to Justin and Dee for all you do to help me land my dream sponsorships. I appreciate you guys so much. Paul I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, Paul. Cannot wait to meet you in Dallas, man. It's been a long time coming. You've always been my guardian angel, and I appreciate all the things that you've done for me, all the creators you've introduced me to. I'm not gonna lie. Paul, I think you probably have introduced me to at least 20 other creators who have gone on to book calls with me. 20, probably 15, 20, something like that. I don't even know. It's crazy. So appreciate you, man, from the bottom of my heart. You'll never know how. I always tell my wife April about you and how much I appreciate you. And in fact, I feel like I always shout you out I feel like I always shout you out in my presentations and stuff like that. So yeah, man, always trying to pay it forward. We got Jen from Crafting with Crazy tuning in on the IG here. Holy cow. Simply Murray says, I enrolled a year ago to Justin's class, and so far I got 50K brand deals so far? What on earth? Like, is this like, come on, let's get some golf claps in the chat for this one. Like, holy cow. I am so proud of you. Tell us more. Like, we all want it. Like, I gotta give some sound effects for that one. That is freaking bananas. Crazy. Like, I'm so proud of you. That's wild. Let me know, how many deals does that represent? I'm curious. Like, of the 50K, like, what is it? How many deals is that? I'm so curious. Wild. That's just like crazy. She Fire says, that's beautiful, or that's so great. Justin helped me avoid a major money pitfall. Love to see it. She Fire's amazing. Yeah, Amanda says, dude, excellent. Yes, I'm so Ramen. Oh, what's up, Ramen Rati? Good to see you here. Yeah, like, I'm just like, my mind's blown right now. I can't believe that. That's crazy. All right, so before we dive into Q&A, I do have like one other thing I want to talk about with respect to Q4 holiday pitching, and we could continue talking about this because there's a lot of stuff to talk about this, but I want to make sure we have time for Q&A. So when it comes to Q4 holiday deals, please stop worrying about other creators' businesses. I see this very insidious attitude from creators constantly. So, like, whether this other creator over here is growing, or whether they're getting more deals than you, or if they're accepting free products from brands and you feel like it's making it more difficult for you to convince brands to pay you, you have absolutely no control over any of those things. The only thing that you have control over is you. Okay? Now, it is helpful to grow your network and become friendly with other creators, because we all need community and we all need support so we don't feel isolated. However, when it comes to pitching brands, what worked for other people is not necessarily going to work for you. So yeah, there may be templates, out there that you can get. I mean, maybe even ones that I've actually, provided to you in my courses and stuff like that. But again, at the end of the day, what I hope that I have taught you and illustrated to you is that your path to success is going to be forged by you and you alone. And continuing to gain confidence and comfort with that idea of like, okay, like, I am unique. The things that I talk about are unique. And so when I am negotiating with these brands, when I am on these calls or in the room or in the emails, inbox with these brands, there's no one like me. So what worked for someone else is not necessarily going to work for me. And so you need to kind of forge your own a path. I've talked about this before, that like sometimes what I'll do is like a brand will ask a question or they're not super clear on something that we're proposing or pitching or something like that. I will just fire up Loom. If you guys don't know what Loom is, it's basically like a tool that allows you to share your screen, record a quick video basically. And I have it like installed on my desktop. I just click one button and the video pops up and I just turn it on and I just start talking. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Such a great question. And here's like how I think about that. And then I send it back to the brand. And so like, what does that do? Well, number one, if you've never worked with this brand or this agency, it automatically puts a face to the name. Right? Oh, like that's what Justin looks like, or that's what Justin and April looks like. I talked about this, like a brand approached us, an agency that we've worked with in the past approached us about a very unique opportunity for a pet food brand because we have 3 cats. And they were wondering about like if we had like I can't really quite share exactly what the deal is because I'm going to be going live shortly soon and it hasn't been like approved yet. But basically what April did, my wife, is she fired up her phone and she recorded a 2-minute video saying, I am so excited about this opportunity and here's why. I actually have a story that is perfect to share for this opportunity were I to do some like social posts about this. And we sent that to the brand and the brand responded and said, in my 7 years of working with influencers, I've done hundreds of deals. I have never received a video like this before. It is so appreciated. And they went on to send that video to the brand. And that is what ultimately got us the deal. And so it's like these small touches, you don't think they matter. And in fact, by the way, all of these types of little things are what I talk about in my Brand Deal Wizard program. And I'm so excited to share that cohort number 10 of Brand Deal Wizard is launching soon. Enrollment starts the first week of October. And so if you're not aware of what my Brand Deal Wizard program is, it's a 4-week sprint that teaches you the nuts to bolts to create a robust sponsorship strategy. It's going to help you land more paid deals and get paid more for each deals. Week 1, we talk all about pitching strategy. We talk about what do you say to a brand when you are trying to reach out to them, convince them to open your email. Who do you reach out to? Who's the right person? What's the art and the science of understanding the marketing hierarchies at these organizations? Week 2 is all about pricing and sponsorship negotiation strategies, so you can upsell, understand price anchoring, understand bilateral versus trilateral negotiations. A lot of pretty advanced negotiation techniques that I kind of psychological principles that I cover in that week. Week 3 is all about execution of the deal. So if you think that this sounds not sexy, a lot of people think that, but by the end of this program, by the end of this week, they always say like, wow, I now realize that why this particular phase, the execution phase, the kind of the production phase, production feedback, that whole phase, is actually the most meaningful to convincing a brand to hire you again or not. Actually, you don't want them to walk away from that phase being like, oh God, I'm never going to work with that creator again. No, you actually want them to be like, oh wow, we want to hire this creator immediately again because that was the most seamless partnership we've ever done. And then week 4 is all around nurturing brands, creating case studies, creating post-campaign reports, right? So you're not just sending screenshots of data to the brand. You're sending, your both qualitative and quantitative insights into how you believe the campaign performed, as well as your pitch for the next partnership idea. And so all 4 weeks are the unifying theme is my 8-step sponsorship wheel, which is my 8-step methodology that I teach about how to land consistent partnerships. So very, very excited about cohort number 10. Can you believe cohort number 10? This is like insane. Andrew says, Justin, let me know when you plan to launch it and open it up. I would like to share it in my newsletter. Andrew, will you DM me or email me? Because I would love, if you'd be interested, I would love to set you up as an affiliate. Anyone here, by the way, anyone who is on either an alumni in my program or anyone who you just haven't participated in it, but you feel like, you would love to advocate for me and my program, I would absolutely love to have you as an affiliate. So DM me, shoot me an email, justin@creatorwizard.com. I feel like I'm pretty accessible. And I provide 25% a commission on every enrollment to my program. So if that's something that's interesting to you, without fail, a huge number of enrollments every cohort are from affiliates, like alumni who were part of the part of the program in the past. And so if you are not an affiliate yet, please reach out to me because I would love to pay it forward or pay it back to you for spreading the word about the program. Bianca says, yes, cohort 10. We've got the praise hands emojis. Love to see it. All right. So I want to take a pause here just for a moment because I'm very, very appreciative and thankful to Uscreen, who is today's sponsor of the live stream. So can we give a golf clap, like kind of an applause, a money tongue emoji to say thank you to Uscreen in the chat? Because y'all, seriously, sponsors like Uscreen allow us to continue to make awesome free content for you across the newsletter, across the YouTube channel, across the social channels, LinkedIn, all blogs, all these public coaching calls I'm doing. There's a lot of stuff. I would say the majority of the stuff we give away for free, right? Because I truly believe that information wants to be free, and my ultimate goal, my kind of true north, is just making as many things for free as possible. And so I'm so appreciative of Uscreen, and I'm actually going to share my screen here because I want to talk a little bit more about Uscreen. Let me share my screen here. Is this okay? There we go. Give me a thumbs up. So first and foremost, where's my graphics in the back? My graphic thing went away. I like having this little cool thing that goes on in the background. Where did it go? Here we go. I don't know why that's there. We go. We got the LED thing. So those of you who don't know what Uscreen is, it's an all-in-one membership platform for creators. They actually have some examples here of all the channels and creators and influencers that have gone on to create a paid membership using the Uscreen platform to do so. So we have Filmmakers Academy, Means TV, Liebscher and Broad, Abundance Plus, Prodigies, like all sorts of different things. Music lessons for kids. There's like I did a case study on one where they teach basketball. Basketball skills and drills and things like that. In fact, I actually wanted to share this particular video because this one is called Why Online Coaches Are Choosing the Membership Model. This is actually a really interesting video, and it's linked down below if you want to take a look. It's actually a video that Uscreen made on their own YouTube channel. Oops. I always set an alarm on my phone so I don't forget to do to talk about Uscreen. So if you ever hear that, that's why. But in this video, they talked about 5 major benefits of coaching membership. So first of all, if you've never done coaching online, I highly, highly recommend. If you are educating people, if you are teaching people about something, I have been just like coaching, I believe, is one of the easiest ways to start monetizing your expertise and your authority. It's what I did before I even had a course, is that I did one-on-one coaching. But one of the things that you'll find if you start doing more online coaching is that you're kind of capped at your ability to, derive income, where the only 2 ways that you can really make more money is to increase your rates or increase your number of clients. And if those are your only 2 levers, then it gets really difficult for you to do that without burning out. And so one of the things I liked about this video in particular was they talked about the benefits of coaching membership. So they talked how, it actually can give you recurring revenue that scales with the number of members. Right? It helps you reach a wider audience, including those with tighter budgets. So they gave an example of someone who used to teach skiing lessons. He would fly all over the world and teach like in-person, kind of expert ski strategies. But now he created this coaching membership teaching people all over the world how to ski. They also talked about how you can build an engaged community within the membership. So that's like another value proposition within that. You can, provide retention. So you actually keep people around for as long as possible through rewatchable content and community engagement. So you have this kind of back catalog of content that you can point back to that people can just refer to all over and over. And then you can kind of have a more sustainable work-life balance while maintaining that income. And so this is actually something that I've been thinking about, is that I have a membership-like product kind of offer in my business, which is my Wizards Guild program. This is kind of the ongoing coaching, or the ongoing asynchronous sponsorship coaching. We have 5 creators in there right now. It's $1,000 a month, and we're kind of your coach in your pocket. And so far, it's been amazing, right? And so I've been kind of starting to explore like what would other how could I serve other creators in different ways, maybe at potentially different price points and things like that too. So again, I really would recommend checking out Uscreen. It's the link to that video that I mentioned is in the description box. Just once again, thank you so much to Uscreen for sponsoring this portion of the live stream. So if you have any questions about Uscreen, make sure to drop it in the chat. Happy to answer it. And they are going to be at Vid Summit. Rob is amazing. Rob and Srey, they're on the marketing team there. They're gonna have a booth there. And in fact, I'm pretty excited because I just got invited to a little party that they're throwing. So I feel like I'm cool now. I'm getting invited to these cool parties and stuff when I never did before. I don't know. Is that dorky? I don't know. I thought it was cool. Eat Like a Bear says they are very good people at Uscreen. We've got some real testimonials here. So that's awesome to know. And thank you for sharing your experience. Totally. That's so cool. All right. So what questions do you have for me about brand deals, sponsorships? Always happy to answer them. Let's see here. I'm going to take a swig while I allow you the opportunity to answer or ask those questions. Let's see here. Soren Manchit said, "Hey Justin, thanks again for your course. It helped me so much already." Boom! I am so happy to hear that, Soren. I would like to know your thoughts on this. How would you pitch a EU newsletter to a US sponsor that sponsors US newsletters in your niche? I thought maybe I focus on same kind of audience. I care about the translation. How would you do this? So that's a really great question, Soren. So the first thing that I would, okay, actually, I have a question for you. Are the sponsors that you're wanting to pitch, do they also offer their products and their services in the EU? I'm assuming that they do, because that's the first box that you need to check, is like, make sure that the sponsor that you're pitching actually would value getting in front of an audience in the territory that you run your business or that you have. The other thing too is that I would be curious about is, do you have a US audience, a segment of your newsletter, even though you may cater to kind of European, it's like a focus on European. Do you have like an audience in the US? Because pardon me, a lot of creators do. You look at their demographics and they actually have like their second, like if you look at EU or US, like it's either, US is like 60-70% of their audience, and then EU is like 30%. And or contrast that if it's like flipped, like maybe EU is like 50%, but you actually have a 30 to 35% US audience in your followership. So let me know, do you have that data? Have you done those demographic surveys of your audience? Because like that's like a really important thing I would think to have when you're starting to engage like with these sponsors, trying to kind of do this parallel pitch. So I don't know, maybe you can let me know in the chat. Oh, here we go. We got some more data here. Okay, so no, only EU. It's like 95% Dutch and 5 Netherlands. Okay. So, not impossible for them to pitch, but yes, first of all, you need to understand, are they currently offering their product or service in the place that you have your largest audience? And number two, what I would say is that you should be prepared to do a much more comprehensive pitch and kind of dog and pony show education around why it makes sense to actually target your that territory, right? Because Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, okay, is Dutch, okay, Deutschland, okay, I get it. If they are, again, not offering their product or service there, then you should be prepared to say like, hey, I don't see much of a marketing presence in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, etc. Tell me more about why that is. Have you tried to market to that audience, those types of consumers before? I actually think your product or service would resonate really well over here, and here's why. And actually, I can actually be your boots on the ground. I can be your freelance marketing consultant, freelance marketing strategist to help you try to penetrate this market. This could even turn into a consulting arrangement. It's not just a sponsorship now. You're saying like, hey, it's not just about sponsoring my newsletter. Here's a bunch of other ways in which I think you could potentially advertise. You should advertise in this magazine or this, local like podcast or this blah, 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 whatever, and you become kind of their go-to person to help them strategize how to penetrate that territory. And so one thing you'll always find about me is I'm always looking for the opportunity to like make this thing bigger, bigger than just like, oh, sponsor my newsletter. It's like, no, how can you turn this into something where you become an indispensable resource for the brand? Look, I have worked with so many brands over the years, both as a creator, like doing partnerships with them, but also running this influencer agency for 7 years. And I was in these meetings with both small brands, medium-sized brands, and large brands. Especially with small to medium-sized brands, they are resource constrained. They do not have a lot of people on their marketing team oftentimes. Usually it's like 1, 2, 3 people max. They either have a director of marketing, then they have a marketing manager, and then a marketing coordinator. And they do everything. They do social media, they do paid media, they do the, oftentimes design social media strategy, like they do everything, right? And so if you can basically go to them and say, hey, I can be an extension of your team. You don't have to pay me a full-time salary. You don't have to pay me benefits. Like as part of this partnership, yeah, part of it is I'm going to talk about you in my newsletter, but part of it is I'm going to like meet with your team once a month or once every quarter to try to figure out how we can grow your share of voice in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's a very unique pitch. Is it not, Soren? right? You're going to them and pitching them something that they've definitely never heard before. It seems like you're invested in the outcome. You're no longer just a line item, right? On like your kind of, on a expense column. And it just like changes the game, totally changes the game. So that's kind of how I'd approach this. And it's less about, it's more about having this kind of broader perspective of a strategist and not just a creator. So hopefully that helps, Soren. Holy cow, we got a $5 super chat from Architectural Sheet Metal 101. Appreciate you as always, man. He's got a question here regarding making promises. How do we know how much to promise versus how much we can deliver? I have a hard time making videos for my own brand half the time. Interesting. So I think it really comes down to setting expectations. I think this is like a really challenging topic for a lot of creators because they judge themselves based on the external metrics, the external views that a piece of content is receiving. And if it does not perform well relative to their normal organic content, they think the brand is going to be furious. If the brand doesn't come back and be like, thank you so much, like over the top, like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. We love you so much. Let's work together again. Anything that's not that is like, oh man, the brand's really mad because they were not super effusive about their praise of this partnership. When in reality, they're probably like stoked and thrilled. They're just not saying it. Right. And so the first mindset shift I think that's really important here is like, just as a default, just assume a stance of optimism that the brand is thrilled with this until they say otherwise. And in fact, if you're able to have the humility as a creator to actually pull the thread in the absence of any positive feedback, that's what's going to separate you to be a professional creator versus someone who's amateur. Because you know what an amateur creator does? They put their fingers in their ears, they put their head in the sand, and they say, I don't want to know what the brand thinks about how this went. I don't want to know. I don't want to know because what if it didn't go well? What if they say to me, it didn't go well. You didn't get the amount of views we were hoping, or the engagement, or the clicks, or the conversions, or the sales, or whatever. And then you're sitting here being like, well, you're like this, right? You're like, you don't know what to say, right? And what I always, teach people to how to approach this is that you should be excited about getting feedback like that. Oh, okay, great. Good to know that there's some opportunities for improvement here. I think we did a lot of things right here on this first activation. Here's what we can do on the next one. Here's why I think that it didn't perform as well as I hoped it would. Here's what I'm going to do proactively to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm going to give you a real vulnerable example here. So you guys know I have several sponsors in my newsletter. And we got a piece of feedback from one of the newsletter sponsors that the click. So when a newsletter sponsor usually partners with a newsletter creator, they give you tracking links, right? And oftentimes what that looks like is something called a UTM code. So you'll have the link that they want to drive to, and then at the end of it, you have all these things that say like UTM source, UTM campaign, things like that, right? And that's a way for them to track with something like Google Analytics to see like how much traffic is being generated by the partner. And so we're using those links in our newsletter blasts. And what happened was that we put together a mid-campaign report. I haven't talked much about that, but it's a difference between a post-campaign report, which is something that I teach, is that it's a mid-campaign check-in. So we're like basically halfway through the partnership, and here's a comprehensive overview of how it's gone so far, and like allows us to make some course corrections if we need to, right? And what happened was that the data that we were seeing in our email marketing platform was there was a discrepancy between how many clicks we were seeing and how many clicks their Google Analytics was seeing. And so they said, what gives, basically. And so this led us down the path of like, okay, well, we need to figure out what this discrepancy is. We need to contact the support team at our email marketing platform. We need to look into some other tools to give us some more granular link tracking. It led me to sign up for something called short.io, which allows me to actually create custom domain tracking links. So now when you'll see this moving forward, the links that we're going to use is we take the tracking links that the brand provides, and then we actually put our own tracking link on it, so that we have a another level of granularity to see how many clicks actually happened on those links. So now we're not just reliant on our email marketing platform, that we actually have something that we control, like a dashboard that gives us like really granular tracking of like, you know, all the links that were happening on these sponsors. And so we actually circled that back to the sponsor, and they were super happy about that, right? And so we took something that could be perceived as a downside, and we took action on it, and we actually made a change that's going to be not only beneficial for this specific partnership moving forward, but for all our partnerships moving forward. So we had the humility to basically be like, oh wow, that sucks. Like, why is there a discrepancy here? That like makes us look bad. Let me go investigate. Let me be totally honest here, and let me actually just be honest and say, like, you're right. Like we actually don't know what the difference is here, but like moving forward, we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And so, and they're very happy with that outcome. And so I think it just like, I talk about this a lot, that like, you're either winning or you're learning. You're never losing ever in life. I feel that way, right? You're always learning something. And just, if you can look at it as an opportunity for improvement, you'll be way ahead. So I hope that helps. It's just like, when it's just about setting expectations. Like, you know, your promises are only as good as the expectations that you set, right? Because you can't make guarantees. You never know how a piece of content is truly going to perform. You never know how many people are going to truly like actually, you know, sign up or, you know, convert or purchase something. You don't know, right? And so any guarantees that you can make are just that, they're estimates, right? And so I think it's about setting expectations and helping people understand that, like, you know, one of the best ways to hedge those types of guarantees, if the brand is like requiring those, is helping them understand that you need a sample size here. You need an adequate sample size. It's not enough to just do one activation and if it doesn't perform well, throw your hands up and be like, well, working with this creator doesn't work, didn't work. Oh, influencer marketing doesn't work, right? Because you all you have is this one piece of content to rely on. And so this is like another, major, in fact, there's this, case study that I would really suggest that y'all read. I just released it on my Creator Wizard website. So if you go to, let me share my screen here. If you go to the main creatorwizard.com and you go to articles and then you go to case studies, I'm starting to do these like really in-depth case studies on creators that I've helped, like kind of change the game. And so this creator, her name is Jenny Hoyos. She's amazing. She has like 1.5 million on YouTube. And one of the things that we talked about, how I helped her with a deal that she was negotiating, is that this is what was happening. As a brand wanted to do a trial video with her, and she basically, I didn't feel like that was going to be enough to determine whether a partnership could be successful. And so she actually upsold them to a package of 10 videos, because she said, I think it's actually going to take 10 videos for us to determine what the best strategy is here. And so the brand said, yep, sounds good. Let's do that. So she literally made 10 times the amount of money that she did on this deal, because she was able to talk about why it's so important to have a large sample size when you do these types of partnerships. So definitely go check this out. In fact, I'll drag this link and put it in the chat in case you guys want to check that out. Yeah, Jenny's amazing. Definitely go check out her stuff. Holy cow, we got another $10 super chat. Thank you so much. That's so kind, from She Fires. How would you respond to a brand who wants to send a free product to promote their launch, but I now want a paid deal? I've published already several videos. Okay, so you've been roped in to already doing stuff for free, and now you're trying to figure out how to extricate yourself from that and say, hey, you actually need to pay me now. Is that so? So clarify for me, if you can, in the chat, like, have you completed your deal? Where are you in the partnership? Is it over and now you want to go back to them and pitch another deal? Give me a little bit of context here, because my advice to you will probably change based on some additional context that you can provide. So thank you again for the super chat. What's up, Kimberly Millionaire in the Tech Talk chat? What's going on? Good to see you, Kimberly. How's it going? Okay. She Fires says, yes. Okay. So partnership is over and you're trying to figure out how to pitch them again. Okay. So, one of the things I think is a really critical realization is that what a lot of creators want to do when they've worked with a brand. Okay. So let me take a step back here. If you're a creator who has worked with a brand for free in the past and it went pretty well, but now you're starting to feel like you have the short end of the stick and you're like, I actually think they should pay me now. One of the biggest mistakes that creators make is they actually go back to the brand and say, hey, I think it's only fair that you pay me now. And the brand's like, we're good. Never mind. We're going to go find another creator to do it for free. Right? Because look at it from their perspective. They're totally fine with how the relationship has gone to date, and appealing to their sense of fairness is oftentimes not going to work, especially if they're doing influencer marketing at scale. And so your task, the onus is actually on you to help them understand, hey, here is how I can help you in a very different way than I've helped you before. So I'm not going to just provide you content now. Maybe it's that I'm going to give you the rights to repurpose this, to put it on organically on your social media, or to run paid advertising with it now. Or maybe I can help you with some strategy work or some consulting, or I can help you target a new audience persona that you haven't before. I'm going to help you do something different than what I've done in the past. And so this is the most important thing that you need to do when you're trying to get out of this free precedent that you've set into something that's paid, is helping them understand how you can do something fundamentally different for them that they will understand why they have to pay you. Oh, okay, I understand why we have to pay for the usage rights to run it for ads. Oh, I understand why we have to pay for the fact that they're going to be delivering 5 or 10 videos to us every single month or every single week so that we have content on autopilot to post on our social media platforms or embed on our website or embed on third-party e-commerce partners like Amazon. I understand why we have to pay for that. Right? Contrast that with, oh yeah, we just send them a $20 bag of potato chips and they post about it on their TikTok. Well, of course, they're just going to keep doing it for free. They're not going to pay you. And so this is the unlock, is you have to sit and you have to think, how can I provide this brand something orthogonal, something different than I've done in the past? Okay. It can't just be about what you've done before. Okay. Is this helpful? Let me know in the chat. Is this helpful? Can I get a cha-ching? Can I get some validation? Holy cow, the super chats are on fire today. OSR Garage, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really means a lot to me. What would your suggestion for brands to approach for sponsorship in the automotive niche, reviewing new vehicles for major manufacturers? Really good question here. So if you're a creator in a specific niche, maybe an automotive niche, you're reviewing new vehicles, you want to try to get on the radar of Toyota or Ford or Chevy or something like that, right? And you're trying to figure out, how do I get some maybe paid partnerships to actually review these cars? So first of all, you have to understand the brand's perspective. Okay, so first of all, automotive in particular is a pretty hard niche to crack, because I've been in this space for a really long time. I've been in a lot of pitch meetings when I ran the agency for a lot of very large automotive manufacturers. Couple things to understand about auto. Number one, they are some of the largest advertisers in general. Ford spent $2.2 billion in global advertising spend last year. So they spend a lot of money on advertising. That's number one. Number two, I would say without fail, every automotive manufacturer, because they are so large, they do not handle influencer marketing in-house on their team. They may have an influencer marketing manager or a partnerships manager, but really the bulk of the work is actually done by their agency. So whether that's a media agency or a PR agency or an influencer agency, it's a really, really important thing to understand. Like all of the deals, my wife and I have done a few automotive deals over the years, and it's always been through an agency. So like that's the first thing to understand, is like, if you are trying to pitch directly to the brand, it's probably going to not go anywhere. Usually I will recommend pitching brand direct as your first avenue, but with automotive, I would say that it's actually, you're probably going to be spinning your wheels doing that. And it would make most sense to figure out who is the agency of record. It's called the AOR. Who is the agency of record for the automotive manufacturer that you want to pitch? And then figure out how to pitch that agency executive, all usually called an account executive. So that's the first part of the battle, is like, who do we actually make this pitch to? The second part is helping them understand why they should work with you. Because again, think about all the different ways in which they're deploying $2.2 billion of marketing capital. A lot of TV ads, right? If you watch any major sporting events, it's almost, a lot of it is like automotive ads. So broadcast is a major part of their strategy still. Out of home, billboards, bus benches, you name it. You've probably seen that. Like that is like a really important thing. And then, digital media, pre-rolls on YouTube, banner ads, like search, pay-per-click, search traffic. Those are all things. And then influencer marketing oftentimes is like a very small sliver, a very small slice of that overall budget, right? And so I think that that's like a very, very important thing to understand is that like influencer marketing pales in comparison to all the other ways in which they're marketing. And so if you're going to reach out, it better be something compelling. And so what I talk about is that my rope pitching method, right? R means that your pitch has to be relevant to a campaign they've either run in the past or is running in the they may run again in the future. O means that you can tie your pitch back to organic content that illustrates how your audience already has affinity for their brand or their product. P stands for proof, so you can show how you've helped other brands achieve results. And E stands for easy to execute when they say, oh, actually, yeah, that sounds like an interesting partnership. And so what I would do, OSR Garage, is that if you're trying to pitch a major automotive manufacturer to collaborate with you and to actually pay you, would be to go back and see, have they ever partnered with creators? And if they have, what were they focusing on? Was it the new latest and greatest model, the new 2023 model or new 2024 model? That one's going to be like a harder sell, I would say. Or are there other creative ways in which they actually do partner? So here's an angle. I'm just like making this up. Do they support any charitable initiatives? So perhaps Ford partners with the Ronald McDonald House, or maybe Ford partners with some other Make-A-Wish Foundation, or maybe Ford partners with something. I don't know. Go do some research and figure out, do they have any charitable initiatives? And the thrust of your pitch when you reach out is, hey, I saw that it's that this charitable initiative is very important to Ford. I would love to highlight this on my channel. I normally talk about XYZ. I talk about product reviews. I talk about this. And I can, at the same time as I perhaps review the latest and greatest features on this new car, I can talk about the charitable initiatives. And so what have you done now? By pitching, what you're probably doing now is you're pitching the DEI person at that brand. So diversity, equality, and inclusion. You're pitching that person at the brand now, because this is going to be coming from the DEI budget. You see what I'm doing here? So this could be a lane of something that you actually pitch. Does this make sense? So like, again, I'm just making this up, but like that could be something. That could be a lane when you actually pitch them creatively. So again, like this would, probably could do a whole call just about like creative ways in which you could pitch automotive manufacturers, but this is kind of where my mind goes. Alexa Monet in the chat says, I have a call scheduled with the brand next week. I offered the call, but no one ever takes me up on that offer. And I actually have no idea how to lead that call. Oh my gosh, Alexa. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's really exciting. And don't stress out. Okay. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, and you don't need to worry. Okay. First things first. If you're a creator who offered a call to a brand and said, hey, like, let's hop on a call and like figure out how we can forge this partnership, and the brand actually said yes, and you're freaking out, this is what you need to do. You don't need to do, you do not need to be a genius. All you need to do is do 10 to 15 minutes worth of research prior to the call. You need to understand, okay, what is going on in the brand's world right now? Okay. Are they facing competitive headwinds? If so, by whom? Are they selling omni-channel right now? Are they selling only direct to consumer? Are they selling in retail? Are they selling in third-party partners with like Amazon, et cetera? Like understand like a little bit more about their business model. Have they worked with creators in the past? If they have, how did it go? Like try to understand like, whether they've done partnerships like that before. And then when you get on the call, you just ask all these questions. You say, oh, this is so exciting. I'm super excited about this. I have this, these questions I'm really curious about. You ask them, what would success look like? What would a win look like for you, brand? Hey, baby, you're back already.
That's just in success.
Yes.
Look
I know.
like this.
Dang, success looks like this.
Yes.
Get over here.
Look
Sit on my
like
lap.
that.
Sit on my lap.
Sweaty.
No, come on.
How are you?
Come on. You gotta say hi to the peeps.
Sweaty.
No, sit on my lap.
No.
No. Sit on my back. Sit on me. I don't care. I don't care.
You just like that.
I do,
You
I do.
nasty.
I
Just
do.
kidding. Hi, friends. I just took a Zumba class. How are you?
How was the class?
Oh, OSR Garage. Dang.
Dude, I got got so many super chats today, like 5 or something.
Really?
Paul.
Oh my,
Paul.
Paul.
I got She Fires, $10.
Paul, we trying to meet
Dude,
you, Paul.
I got so many super chats.
When
today.
are you and Justin gonna meet, Paul?
I'm gonna see him in Dallas. Actually.
Oh my gosh, I wish I got to meet you, but we don't have
know.
babysitters, so I can't go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's okay. Y'all don't need me. Y'all need Justin. Ew, why you kissing me? You know I'm so sweaty.
I love you.
I just took a Zumba class. How are you, friends?
Yeah, we got TikTok chat, we got Instagram chat. Who we got here? Sarah
Hi,
Roshi.
Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. Drea's Curious Cuisine. Just the word cuisine make me hungry.
Drea's been watching us for like 10, 12 years.
I remember you told me about Drea.
Yeah.
Oh, architectural sheet metal 101.
Best part of the life.
Because you know,
it really is though.
because you know I'm crazy. He's like, oh, the entertainment's here.
Bianca says the queen is here.
Bianca, you're so kind. Thank you, Bianca. You're amazing. Oh my gosh. Justin says amazing things about you, Bianca.
So what questions you guys have for April here? Oh, we're talking about Q4 holiday pitching, honey. What's your best tips for Q4 holiday pitching?
My best tip is to honestly start doing content around the holidays. Hashtag holidays. Hashtag, I mean, it's annoying when you see content creators posting like holiday stuff already, Thanksgiving stuff, Halloween stuff, Christmas stuff, but they're smart. They know what they're doing. They know. Like, it might be annoying for like the average viewer, but it's hecka smart. I be looking at them like, wow, you know what you're doing and you're doing it right. Because you're over there already like kind of showing brands like, I know how to make holiday content. Or if you don't want to remake holiday content, just repurpose the old stuff. That's what I'm going to do.
Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
That's what I'm going to do.
One.
I'm be like, what's it called? Flashback Friday. Do you remember this holiday thing I did last year?
I remember, you have so many YouTube videos you could repurpose, like holiday, like decorate with me type things. You have those. I know, that's a good idea.
Ooh, speaking of boba, let me tell you, Justin got me 2 bobas, Drea, so I'm good. But yeah, I'm going to take Justin away at 11, though. I'm trying to make him go to the store with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have
we don't have lunch. That's why I'm trying to make you go to the store with me so we can buy lunch.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? Because I want...
go out to lunch.
I mean, me sweaty like this, I don't care.
Yeah,
no, but I was thinking because I want to cook dinner tonight. I want to make like a burrata spread.
Ooh.
But that's only if you go with me. So if you're not, you're not.
I'm going.
Okay, so he's going. I also want to make we Like, I'm trying to meal prep. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to bring Justin so he can decide what he wants to eat for the week.
Yeah, and guess what, guys? We have to film a sponsorship for me today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are. So afterwards, I'm gonna get home, get ready, shower, all of that after we go to the grocery store.
Yeah. Uh-oh, the cat's coming now.
Hi, Sean Weiss. Oh my God, cat sponsorship. Come here.
We actually did get a cat sponsorship recently. Oh, he ran away. Oh, okay, yeah. You want to continue?
I'm gonna end it.
Oh, you're gonna end it with me. Oh, she's really like being like, let's get out of here.
You
want to sit?
Can I sit?
Yeah, come here, come sit. No, not at all. I didn't know you wanted to end it with me.
By my sweat.
Yeah.
Hi, friends. How are you? How's your mom? How's your dad? How's your brother? How's your sister? How's your uncle? How's your kids? How's your pets? Everyone doing good? Yeah?
Oh, man.
Yay, good job, Justin, on your sponsorship. Yeah, Justin got a sponsorship. He sure did. I'm so excited for him. It's a good one, too. Yeah, it's a real good one. Yeah, I don't know if he's not allowed to disclose the amount, but
not quite.
It's good.
Yeah. Thank
you for answering my questions. Alexa, you so pretty. What do you do? What is the content that you make? I want to know.
She said she's about to get on a call with a brand and she's nervous.
Oh, what call? Sorry, I'm all late about it.
She's just like, she said she always offers it, but no one ever says yes. And then someone finally says yes. And she's like, I don't know what to do now.
Oh my gosh, Alexa!
Tell them, okay, so tell them what you do on calls with brands where you just like, you're yourself and you like spout off your creative ideas and they love it.
Yeah. Oh, user, how are you? Okay, so Alexa, be yourself. Let your personality shine through. This is not yes, it's a business call, but at the same time, they know that content creators are not going to be like, 9 to 5 business type people in a way. You know what I mean? So be yourself. Like, let your personality shine through. Be kind, be friendly, smile. If it's a video call, get yourself together if it's a video call. Like, I really try. Like, I do my hair, my makeup, my skin, the lights, you know, just have good lighting, because you're a representation of your content. And even a video call is a representation of you. It's not just the content that you produce. It's literally how you show up to the call. So be kind, courteous, and they will want to work with you again. There's so many brands that like us. Yeah, our content's good, but I think they like us because the moment they meet me in person, I've gotten so many deals, and it came out of nowhere. Like, I went to this one deal when I used to network more in LA, they would just, after they meet me, they wouldn't even know who I was or what I was doing. And then they would find out. And after they would meet me, they would like message me and be like, hey, can we work with you? We really like your personality. And I'm like, oh, lucky girl syndrome come through now. Okay. It's because I genuinely, when I go to these like networking meetings, I don't care about like networking in a way, but it happens. And I think that's how it works. If you don't care about getting your deals, but you're kind and you're personable, like you attract, like your energy attracts good. And I think that makes a huge difference. So
yeah, you don't just seem like a money grab.
Yeah.
Doing it. Like,
so congratulations in advance, Alexa, because I know you're going to get it, girl. A mini golf place. You better dress up as a golfer, girl.
Wait, dude, that's
so cool.
That's awesome.
That is so cool. Yes. Congratulations, Alexa. Let's all congratulate Alexa because we know she about to get paid. We know she about to get this deal.
Okay, so here, Alexa, I've got a quick idea for you. So if it's a local mini golf place, one thing that you can pitch for them is, hey, I can help you create content that you can use to run paid advertising within 15 miles around the location. Like they probably don't have a robust paid advertising strategy. And so if that's something that you can pitch to them, that might be something that gets them really excited because they maybe have never done that before. And so like that's what goes to my head immediately when I hear something like that, like a local type of place. So yeah, just a thought.
Oh, can you guys drop one of your sponsorships that you would like? Can I just say Stan Lee? Stan Lee. I see y'all working with content creators that have a lot of followers, like 300. How about the girl with a little less? But she's Stan, y'all. Stan Lee.
I got mine too. I know.
We Stan Lee. So Stan Lee, call your girl, because I would love to work with Stan Lee. I have hilarious comedy ideas to go around it, but I don't know if they want that. But, oh my God.
Yeah.
And that's how I sip at the gym. Be like, Stanley cup? Sorry, not me spitting at Justin's desk.
Oh my God.
Hey, everyone's saying congratulations, Alexa.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right, guys, we're at time. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for April for the cameo.
Where the money reside,
where the money reside.
No, but that who created that? That guy that came out of his car, he was selling cars.
Oh my God, I remember that.
He was selling cars, and he said, "Where the money reside."
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you to Uscreen so much for sponsoring this live stream today. Make sure to check out the link below if you want to find out more. Watch that video I mentioned, and I'll see you next week.
Oh, and I also want to eat like a bear. I like your name. Can we see Eat Like a Bear? That's such a cool name.
She's got 120,000 people on her newsletter.
Eat like a bear? I want to eat like a bear. I swear to you, I be eating like a bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
ASM 101, next cohort of the course opens up first week of October. So in 2 weeks, first class is October 17th. So branddealwizard.com to sign up for the wait list.
Yes, join Brand Deal Wizard, my friends. It's amazing. It's incredible.
All right, everyone. Peace.
Bye, friends. I'm stealing Justin. We better go get some food.